Welcome everybody. Welcome back to another live video. Thunder Fan TV, guys. How's everybody doing? Hey, we got a big day tomorrow. Arsenal versus Tottenham. And if I'm gonna be honest, man, I'm pretty excited because today was set up for Arsenal to win tomorrow and go 7 points clear. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I feel excited and nervous at the same time because I'm not gonna lie, man, games pass or weekends pass when other teams, you know, drop points and stuff like that, we tend to just go in there and not get the job done. So the pressure is kind of on us tomorrow to go into that game against Tottenham at home and get the job done. Today was a very exciting day, man. I actually watched both games, the Liverpool game first, and listen, Liverpool is in trouble. I think it's safe to say right now that Liverpool has probably dropped out of the title race, right? They're defending champions, but the performance so far, it's been terrible, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna try to make it look pretty. They've been a shambles so far. All right. Isaac hasn't been fitting it into the team. He's missed preseason. So, any player will tell you if you're not in the preseason setup and you try to come into the season, you're not fit, it's going to be an issue. And that seems to be the issue with Isaac. Um, Overall, man, they're just struggling. Verts hasn't hit form yet. Um, I think he'll come good because he's a quality player. You see him for Germany, he looks good. But, Liverpool, they've lost too many games, man. So I think now they're at like, what, six? Oh, yo, that's crazy to think how many games Liverpool has lost this season, and it's only what 12 games in. I actually don't think it's six, but it's quite a lot of games lost so far for Liverpool. Um, but listen, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything if what happened today. Um, it doesn't mean anything if we don't win tomorrow, right? So all that dropping points in City and Liverpool losing today, if we don't win tomorrow, all of this means nothing. All right. So we have to go out there tomorrow and we have to do the job. Um City game also, man. Listen, City game also was very exciting. That game should have probably ended with more goals. Newcastle missed a lot of chances, if I'm going to be honest. In the first half, there could have probably been two goals up. Um, Good save by Donnarumma. But I think those the shots played, um the attempts were actually too close to him, if I'm gonna be honest, right? Those were saves that a good keeper probably would have made. Um so listen, it's all set up for us. If I'm gonna be honest, it's all set up for us, and we just have to go out there and we have to get the job done. Go ahead and hit the like button, guys. Get the likes up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. Let's talk about our game tomorrow. Um, we are without Gabriel Magalhaes tomorrow. He's picked up a thigh injury and he will be out for weeks. Um, it's undetermined yet. He has a scan, I think, on Wednesday that he needs to get done, and then we will know, according to Mikel, how long he will be out for. That's a blow for us, to be honest, because as we all know, he is the leader in the back line for us. He's pretty much that rock back there. Seasons past, it was Saliba. It was easy to say that Saliba was our guy in that position, but I think now it's flipped where now it's Gabriel who's that rock in the defense for us. He's the leader in the back line, and he will be missed tomorrow. However, with that being said, however, the reason why we spend heavily in this transfer window to bring in not just players to just fill, just to make up numbers. We've bought quality players who should be able to come in and do a job. So Mascara and Hincapie should be able to come in tomorrow and obviously not perform at the level of Gabriel, um, but they will be performing at a level that's expected for Arsenal players, and that's what we want to see tomorrow. So whoever comes in, I'll be comfortable with because I've seen Mascara since the start of the season, and he looks solid. He looks like a really good player, and I've seen Nkapie He had his first start in Champions League the other day, and he also his first game when he came on against Atletico, he got injured. But I think he also looks a player because I've seen him for his national team, and he looks like a beast, man. This guy looks like he will listen. He will put in everything for for his team. It was his dream move to come to Arsenal, and that's what you want. You want players who wants to play for the club, who desires to come to the club, who their dream move was to come to Arsenal, and that's the kind of players that you want playing for you. So I think either way, we'll have solid replacements for Gabriel. But Gabby brings us threats, goal threats also. He's a defensive rock, and he's also a goal threat for us. So we will definitely be missing him tomorrow. But I still think that defensively, the players that we have should be able to do the job. Um, I was reading today that this morning, um, we had players show up for training in that of um Yucharest showed up for training this morning. Um Let me see here. Yeah, so Gabrielle, no, not Madweki, Timber, Yucharest all trained um this morning, confirmed, right? None of Madweki, Julian Timber, Victor Yucharest all trained today. I was reading an article somewhere where they were saying that Odegaard also trained. Um, so possibly he'll be available to play some kind of role tomorrow. And for me, I don't think these players will actually play. Let me rephrase that. I don't think they'll actually start tomorrow, but they should be able to play a massive role if need be tomorrow. I mean, the way football is played right now and the way players are managed, you're not going to see coaches put players right back into the starting lineup after coming off any kind of injury, unless they've got a knock or something, which probably keeps them out for a couple of days or maybe a game. But these guys, they've been out more than 2 weeks. So, we don't expect them to come right back in. And this is just, on just historical data, just seeing how coaches are managing players now. So they may be available to play. I don't think they'll start. Um, but we have capable players who could fill that gap and get the job done against a what I would say is struggling Spurs at home, right? We're going to be at the Emirates, so I don't think that should be an issue for us. For me, I think the starting lineup will be, and I'll go from back to front. Um, Calafiori did have a hip injury, so for me, I don't think I would start him, and I don't think he should start because if he wasn't available for Italy, I mean, there were some concerns there, right? And if there's concerns there, he will be available. I mean, he was cleared, um, but I wouldn't start him. Skelly is more than capable of start, and you have Capia, who could also come in there and do a job at left back. So we have two options there that we could use because, if we're talking about putting in Capia in center back or left back, Mascara could also play that center back position, so push um, you could still push Encapia out there on the left. Skelly's more than capable to play that game because remember last season he was playing majority of the games and performing well, scoring against City at the Emirates and all of that stuff. So we have a lot of coverage there. And center back. So for me, let me go back here. For me, I would start Skelly. I would start Skelly in that game because you need some intensity there. Um, you need some attacking flair there, and Skelly always available to come in the middle and give you that extra midfield work in the midfield right there. So that's who I would go with. I would go with Skelly on the left side. Center back, I would start. I don't know how I feel about this man because Mascara has proven himself over all the last couple of games when Saliba was out. And I think he played well. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I rate Nkepia over Mascara. I just think Nkepia is a solid player. His speed too is very impressive. I like his speed. His ball playing ability is not bad either. Um, But do I want to put him into a North London derby when he really hasn't had much game time in the Prem? That's a question. To be safe, I'll put Mascara because Mascara has some kind of chemistry with Saliba. So I think I would start Mascara, and then I would bring in Kepi at some point so he could actually, try to build some kind of chemistry with Saliba. With that said, we segue into that second position, which is going to be Saliba, obviously, because he is fit. So the second center back will be Saliba. Right back would be Jury and Timber, and obviously that rating goal, and that would complete our back four, including the goalkeeper. Um, we go into midfield. Obviously, Odegaard will not be ready. He may be available, but I don't think he will be ready um, for the game tomorrow to start. So you'll have Eze for me. Um, you have Eze, Rice, and Zubimende, and then you'll have Saka and Trossard as the wingers, and then you'll have, I mean, the only player we have available to start is going to be Marino. Unless, listen, Gyökeres could be a surprise start. I doubt it. It's a muscular injury, so I don't think it's smart to just have him start. You may want to ease him back in. I don't think he's had um obviously he hasn't had any game time because he was out for the international break. So just throwing him back into the phrase, it could be risky. You don't want him to re-aggravate that injury, and then you definitely wouldn't have him for the Chelsea game and the Bayern Munich game that's coming up. So yeah, I would kind of manage him differently. I would probably bring him off the bench. Marino is more than capable of scoring goals. He's not going to give us um, the same work and the same. He's not going to be as effective as Gyökeres because over the past few seasons, we've gotten used to playing without a forward, right? So that's first, um, and we've done that. We've done that okay, right? Now we brought a forward in, and now we're getting used to playing with a traditional number nine. Now you take him out of the mix. I mean, no fault of his. He just got injured. Um, and then now we're now playing without a striker. Now we're playing without a striker now, a number nine, and we're bringing in a makeshift striker who's not a traditional number nine, and now we're going to have to readjust to that. So it might be a little bit confusing. It might look messy in the start, but hopefully Yalkara is not out for a long time, so we're not kind of they're not readjusting their mindset again to figure out how we're going to play without a traditional striker because I think over the past couple of games, Gyökeres has looked good in that position. He's growing into the role. He's getting comfortable in the role, and with the players and with the team, everyone's is pretty much understanding how he operates now in that position, and that's good to see. What wasn't good to see is him going off in the second half of that game where I think he looked really good in that game where he provided an assist for um for Saka. Um but again, listen, it doesn't matter who's out there tomorrow. We're better than Spurs. We've been performing better than Spurs, so we should, at home, get across the line in this game. Shouldn't even concede, to be honest, because Spurs is not that good. All right, we have everything to play for tomorrow. Every game they say is a must-win game, but this game will propel us 7 points ahead over Chelsea, surprisingly, because Chelsea's second with 23 points, and we're sitting with 26 points. So we have to do it tomorrow. We have to go out there. We have to show our worth, right? Show our intent, right? We have to act like a big club tomorrow and put away the 3 points. We have to win. That's it. In order to get that gap, in order to set that buffer, we have to go out there and we just have to get the job done. No excuses. All right. It's all laid out for us. It was like Jamaica um, when that group was called out and Jamaica was supposed to go in there and just qualify. It was like it was set up for them. and they kind of bottled it, but we can't afford to do that tomorrow. It's all set up for us to go out there tomorrow and get that 3 points and take ourselves 7 points ahead of the chasing pack and just keep going. That's what we have to do. Build that momentum for Chelsea next week, because they're sitting second also. All right, so let's not sleep on them. They don't have the pressure of winning the league this season. We do. All right, so we just have to go out there and get the job done. All right, people, I appreciate you. Go ahead and smash a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and join me tomorrow for the watch along Arsenal against Tottenham. Appreciate everyone for stopping by. Continue to show your boy some love, hype the video and everything. Catch you tomorrow, guys. Peace.